All right, so welcome. We're going to go over a nice classic rip cut here on the table saw. Once you learn this technique, right now in your teens, this technique could take you to the rest of your life if you do it well, still keeping all 10 digits. So if we check with our eyes on here, we've got our fences open, and we're going to take this board down. This board has already been jointed nice and flat, face and edge. The goal is to keep it nice and locked on here. If you come off of the fence at all, that's where you're going to get a crooked cut, and that's not going to be the good base for a good project. All right, so I'm going to take this board down. We're going to measure from the fence over. Make these fine adjustments. We're going to take this one down to 3 inches. And if the fence shifts, be patient. There we go. That's a perfect 3 right there. Okay. Now the height adjustment for our blade. This is way too spicy of a cut. So we're going to drop down the blade just so we have the teeth exposed. This is going to be with every single board that you cut. All right. I lock the wheel in. Fence is tight. Saw blade is good. Nice fresh edge. Now this is where we're going to make our rip cut. Okay. If we touch the blade with our fingers, if we touch the blade with any metal, it's going to trip this blade. So we're going to want to make sure that with any thin cuts, we have a pencil, or even better, we have some push sticks ready to go. All right? I'm going to model this cut. I'll reset the fence, and then we'll go ahead and see if we have any questions. You can put them in the comments. I'm going to see my dust collection port is open. Braden, thank you. Okay. Eye protection, hearing protection. I'm going to push into the fence on a diagonal. When my push stick is going through, I'm not going to put it at the back corner here. I'm going to put it in line with the blade, so it's not going to pivot out. All right, here we go. And on. All the way through, okay? The trickiest part of this cut is at the very end. You want to make sure that you're pinching that live board into the fence, okay? Hopefully, hopefully you get a lot of practice with this. Cutting boards, lots of glue ups, we're going to need this. Now this edge is perfectly parallel to there. I'm going to make a couple more cuts, and then Braden will take it away. So here we are on our first simple project, making the miter box. If you look, we've got this board with a nice rabbet on the top, nice little groove, 1/4 inch up. Now we need to go ahead and break down these boards. Okay, my board is a little bit different in length, but the concept will still apply. So here, I just dug into our scrap bin. This happens, but this is a board that was obviously cut backwards. So if you were to fold it, you'd have the rabbet on the outside and the groove. That happens. I actually knew this would be the case. So I'm going to teach how not to do that by showing the proper example of doing the rabbet on the inside, the groove, and our miters doing that. Okay, a big pro tip that I will always mention is don't hesitate drawing a pencil line that can show exactly which way that should be bending. So we know that we want our miter going this way and this. Now, how do we make that? Okay, I'm going to take my board. The first cut that I'm going to make is going to be by raising the blade and turning it to 45. Okay, so here we have our blade mitered at 45. We did have to change the height, so it's nice and past our board. And we're going to make our first cut, again, slicing this way. So we're going to take this corner, that corner is called our iris, good job Jacoby, and we're going to put it past the opening of our fence. We're going to make sure it's nice and flush on the fence. And we're going to be making essentially two cuts. First cut is going to be trimming that miter. Second cut is going to be doing the flip side. Okay, so here we go. Okay, at this point in time, having a tri-square would be really nice to check the 90. Okay, and now we need to go ahead and make sure that we cut the other side. So a very good tip to do this is, again, to go back to our pencil. So we need our pencil line, our blade to be matching our pencil line like this. Well, that's not gonna work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this cut and we're gonna flip it. So again, we're going to take this cut and we're going to flip it. And if you look, that should match what our blade needs to be. All right, now, how do you measure this? Well, my board is shorter than yours. Mine, I know, is about 20 inches. So I'm going to break this down. I'm going to first push it in and away from the power. I'm going to measure so I can get 4 equal lengths from this board. I'm going to measure from the top of this piece, very close in line with my piece of wood, and I'm going to mark out. I'm going to do 4.5 inches on mine. So that's my line. I take my stop block, and these spring clamps, they're okay, but with so many people using this setup, let's go to the quick clamp. Okay, so our quick clamp is good to go. And we're going to back out. We're going to butt up against this. We see our blade is good. Now, the only other thing that you should be careful of is this is a small offcut, so we want to really make sure that we trap it. You could use a pencil to trap it. You could use another stop block. Both work. And there we go. So I'm going to make the second cut. So first cut, just to remind you, is going to be trimming it to be in. Then we're going to flip it and go to your stop block. All right, this is where I'm going to just cue it up. Braden's going to take it away. There we have it. We're going to turn. I'm looking at this edge. We draw our pencil line. We go to our stop block. Make sure you're on your stop block. We're going to take it, flip it, go under the stop block, to the stop block. This edge. And then the last one. Make sure you don't pull back until the blades stop. And if we clean up our deck, you look, we have 4 identical pieces. If you want to check, go end to end, and you're going to see that they're perfect. Okay, so follow those techniques. We'll clean up our station, and you should be good to go for fitting the bottom, top, and then glue up.